Hey folks, Sheldon from the Outlaw Speed Shop. Got just a quick little video here. Kind of want to show you some of the stuff that I'm going to use on to detail this little modified that I'm working on. So we'll kind of go, there's the engine already started, there's the headers. But anyway, so what we have here, I have a nice little 6-cylinder distributor. I believe that's out of the AMT 54, 50, whatever Chevy, the one that has the Fisher-headed 6-cylinder in it. We got a starter, and then we got electric fuel pump and a fuel filter, and we got a little, where's that? There it is. We got a little fuel block because we got 3 carburetors to feed. Oil filter there, oil filter unit with 2 filters, which I don't think they're the same. Oh well. And an oil cooler with a mount. I'm going to mount the oil cooler, I believe. I'm gonna mount it up here on the side of the roll bar. Anyway, up there on the side of the roll bar. So we're gonna put the little, where'd he go? There he goes. There we go, we're gonna put him up there. And then we got a little oil tank. I didn't figure we needed a very big one, so we're just gonna use this little guy right there. Not exactly sure where he's gonna go yet. I'm thinking it's gonna go back here behind. I know it's kind of hard to get to back there, but I think that's where it's gonna go. I think it's gonna go behind the firewall, and then we're gonna have, I'm not sure, I gotta kind of do a plan on, lay out the plumbing here, so, you know, engine here, this here, that there, and get everything. I know that the filters, I believe, are gonna go up in here somewhere, because we got room up here, and you need to get down where you need to belong. So there we go. So just kind of wanted to do this, and I believe once I get started doing some of this detail, I think I'm just going to go ahead and make a 1 or 2 long videos on the whole process of detailing this whole thing. So this is just kind of a quick little teaser. Plus I got to get this stuff all painted and figure out where it's all going to go and get that stuff done. And then we can start running some lines and everything. So anyway, I just want to do a quick little video for that. The radiator is still missing, so I don't know if the cats are holding hostage or if it just, I don't know. But so anyway, that's kind of where we're going. Oh, I should do let me do a little, I see. Let me do a quick little, just move over here just to let everybody see. We got some, oh, sorry for all the wiggling. I gotta get up. Oh, that's harder. Oh, look, we got some decals. So, and I took the hood hinge off because it was a mess. We got Luigi's Pizza Den back here. And then we've got Woods Heating and Cooling. Appears the guy's name's Gene. Number 67, and a not very good, but 312 cubic inch 6-cylinder in here. So anyway, that's what we got for now, and when I get more stuff, I'll get it all together. Thanks, everybody. Hey folks, Sheldon from the Outlaw Speed Shop, and we're gonna have another little mobile video here, so I apologize in advance for any shakes and whatever, but we got to get up close and personal to this rig. So I've been working on it today. Well, I've been working on it for whatever, but for some crazy reason I just went batshit crazy on adding all this stuff to it. So it was so bad that this afternoon, I don't know, you know, dinner time, supper time, whatever you want, supper over here in Texas. And hell, I had to stop and have, I think, I don't know, 4 shots of wild turkey and a little dinner and a nap. And I woke up from my nap and it's hell, it's midnight, past midnight now. So I thought, well, let's get back on and see what else we can do. So at this point, everything is done but the fuel. We got fuel. So over here we have fuel, the fuel make it happener, a disparate thing, and also we still need, well, that's interior ignition. So we got a MSD box, we got a big old tachometer. So that's part of the interior detail. But we got the engine wired. So I started out getting the transmission cooler on there, which I can't remember if I already showed, and I'm having a little issue right here with this. I haven't secured my roll bar padding yet. This was a kind of a weird, the first one, and I don't think I got a very good, so let's just ignore that, like you know, didn't happen. See, probably didn't even see it. So anyway, so here we go. We got our engine. We got the oil cooler over here, which kind of I thought was a great idea, and which it is. It's a great idea. Probably not the best idea, but it's right up against the body, so we're gonna have to make a hole. Actually, I didn't mess up the decal there. So we're gonna have to make a little hole right there with a little screen for the air, for the you know, heat to dissipate. Is that the word I'm looking for? Yeah, get the hell out of there. So back here we got the battery. Got a big old cat battery back here. So I had to make a little mount to hold that. And there's our power glide, and there's our transmission cooler. These are some new beads that I got, and they're okay. But again, I'm not going to spend $50 on the freaking AN fittings. Just ain't going to do it. So, you know, I guess if someone wanted me to build one and wanted to pay all that extra money for that stuff, then that would be fine. But not out of my pocket. So anyway, so we got our little resin coil here. Little XL with a little, I kind of went with a little heavier duty coil wire. I'm not sure why. I just thought it was kind of cool. And I don't know if we'll be able to get down there. Kind of hard to see the both distributors down there. Pretty close. I think they're going to get warm. I think we're going to have to put a little protective something there on the spark plug wires. But there's your go. See our little shock. I don't know if I ever do a little close up, get a kind of close up of our little wheels we got going on here. We do have one little touch up we need to make there, right there. Sticks out like a sore thumb. And then here's our backs. So we got that going on. Over to the, up here in the front, we've got, let's see if I do this, maybe we can get, yeah, there we go. So you can see we got a regular V-belt running the water pump and the alternator. And then we have a rib belt that's running the oil pump. And it comes up around there. So we got that in the front. Radiator is still missing in action. Don't know. I don't know what happened. I think Mr. Boots has got it somewhere. So that's still. Let's cruise up around here. So there is the, let's see if this thing will focus a little bit. It won't. It's not going to want to because of the, it's focusing on the roll bar. But anyways, you can see there's the oil tank. There's the little automatic shifter, and I've been trying to think of what kit that's out of. It's a resin one that I have. Well, I have a couple of them anyway left. So there's that. We get down here, there's our oil filter, and our oil pump is back under there. I'm not going to say that this thing is plumbed 100% correct. So I'm just saying that up front. So if anybody wants to be nitpickery, they can just keep their nitpickery to themselves. I'm just doing, you know, just doing whatever. So there we go. Pretty cool. Now those little things are gonna, I put those on there because I knew I was gonna have a hard time getting down into those carburetors, so I just put those little tiny wires on there to maybe be able to fish another wire or hose or whatever over the top of it. I'm not sure. I might just end up cutting them off, but I was just kind of looking ahead. So I was thinking about this, and I was going to make a list. I've got a bunch of little, I can't believe how many little fiddly, I'm not going to use the fiddly fart, little resin parts that I have and have actually used on this one. Back in the day, I used to just make all, whatever, you know. If it was something I found, I got parts up in my little, I got a couple of these little drawers, I got a bunch of little crap in them. I've got stuff up in there where I used a, when I built the green El Camino, 59 El Camino, whatever the hell that thing's called, it had a hand grenade for a shifter. So Rich, the client, he got me one, and I made one. So I got some little, I've got some few little hand grenades up there. Also, there's some, when we did that 35 Ford, the Witch Doctor, it had a skull for on the shifter. So I got, you know, all kinds of just little stuff. Not that I have a lot of this stuff, not that I have very much of it, just little, and that's kind of like that shifter. They didn't come out very well because they're so fragile, but I did end up with a few, you know, and so I was going through there. So right here, when we get right over there, there's the MSD box, attack, fuel pump, fuel distribution block, or whatever you want to call it, coil. Now, the funny kind of thing about the coil is, whoa, here we are, is, I don't remember who I got this from, someone a long time ago. I think it's kind of big, but still, the piece that it was a two-piecer, and the other piece is, for whatever reason, I couldn't find. But I didn't like the second piece anyway. I don't remember what the deal was about it. So that piece that I put on there, which works perfectly, is actually the top of an oil cooler, oil filter, and I think it's off of the ASA Camaro. I think that's where it ended. Anyway, I had some of those in a box, so I made the top of the coil for that, and it worked out fine. So lots of little things. So basically we have 4 wheels, 4 tires, 4 wheels, 4 tires, 4 backs. The brake rotors are actually AMT. So the engine is 100% resin. Engine, transmission, the double oil filter. Also missing an oil filter. So I had 2 oil filters that I did for that. Had them all painted over there. And again, that's missing. That was part of the, I think that was probably the last straw before we had to have the you know, had to have a couple sips of the wild turkey. But yeah, again, the radiator's still lost. And how, you know, I swept, I cleaned, I whatever, and never did find that little oil filter. So I had to clean up another one, paint it. So we got an oil filter over there, oil filter base, double oil filter. I believe that's off of the, I'm just going to take a guess, but I think it's off of some kind a funny car, a monogram funny car, something or other. So then we got the oil tank. That's off of a monogram Pro Stock, little oil tank. I didn't need a real huge one for this guy. And then we got this little oil cooler, which the same one I used for the transmission, and I believe that was off of the ASA thing too. So I've used those before. They're kind of cool. And the battery, that's a resin. That's out of the, I'm pretty sure that's out of a Bigfoot kit. So, but we do have we did use the stock frame rails, or the stock frame basically. And the rear end, the rear springs are from the kit. And then the front end obviously is all from the AMT kit. The cage is all scratch built, totally. And all the panels and everything. But yeah, lots of little resin baubles and bits that always come in handy, the little crap that you need. And same thing with those carburetors. I got like 1 million of those carburetors. And so those are off the 64 Grand Sport. Sorry for a little shaking here. Let me get 2 hands there. But anyway, I just kind of went through with some different things. I used some different color wires and things, and you know, once it's all covered up, you can't see all this crap anyway. So, you know, that's kind of the downside. But I just kind of got the wild hair to kind of do as much stuff as I needed to. But yeah, so now we just need to do the fuel make it happener, and that will be next. I'm not sure exactly where that's going to go. It probably should go down. It probably should, because I've got a filter too somewhere. Hopefully I didn't lose that one. Oh, I think it might be over on the other bench. I think it is. I tried. Oh yeah, because I had to repaint it because I tried to put a decal on it and it didn't want to. It didn't want a decal. So yeah, I got a filter. So I got a fuel pump, a filter, and the fuel lines for the carburetor. So that's gonna go over here somewhere. So I suspect this little guy here is gonna end up on the firewall somewhere over here. Oh, I guess I ought to be looking there, huh? There, somewhere over here for the fuel lines. And like I said, I think the fuel pump's gonna end up on the other side down here, in case I wasn't paying attention, somewhere down there. And that's just about it. Then I got to make a new radiator, obviously, since the radiator got whatever. But so, and then the body came out, and the body was very, very limited. Put it together, had a lot of grinding and stuff on the inside, and like I said, when I put the fenders on, I didn't realize that I had some little gaps on the top side, so I had to do I just did a little super glue filling and some sanding. Plus I think this is the side, nope, the other side on the quarter panel thing there, where I was cutting it from the inside and had to fix it. So, you know, but it's a race car, so it kind of, I guess all that stuff kind of gives it some character. So I put a couple coats of primer on it. I sanded a little bit, you know, around those fenders, reprimed a little bit there. Same thing with the grill, kind of a little work on there. And then I had to do quite a bit of work on the hood to get it to fit right, sanding and whatever. And I primed it again, and I think I might have sanded it again, maybe a little bit before I painted it. I think I did. Maybe not. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Because like I say, these are old stock cars. I want them to look, I don't want them to be all smooth and shiny and everything. So I was going to use some new, a different colored red, and I kind of wanted this color of red. And I remember that I had some, so I had painted a 62 Corvette with this, and I actually had enough to paint, which I think I've already said in a previous video. But so I just went ahead and I had enough to put one coat on it, get it covered, and that was about it, and that ran out of paint. Yes, I told you this before, because that's when I was talking about the hood hinge, which had to go by the wayside because it was a bad idea. So yeah, so then I went ahead and put I painted it, and I sprayed some dull coat on it, and then I put the decals on it, and then I dull coated again, and it came out what I think is a really good sheen, whatever. Everything kind of fit in together. I don't know, pretty happy with the color and everything. And so, but so we got to do the oh, what do we got to do? So we got to do finish the fuel system, the bumpers, and put the interior together. So yeah, I've got the steering shaft that goes all the way through firewall, through the front plate, and down to the steering box, which actually has like a little bearing in the firewall, which is kind of cool. So I got that part. So we'll need to dig up the steering wheel. I already got the shifter, put in some pedals and a seat and harnesses and whatever, and that's gonna be about it. But this thing is really coming out nice. So it just shows what you can do with an old AMT 40 Ford. You can build an old AMT 40 Ford with whatever, all the stuff, which is a decent, if you want to build an old, if you want to build a 50-year-old model kit and make it look like a 50-year-old model kit, or you can do a couple little updates. Because I have a saying around here at the, got me Dr. Pepper there, I have a saying around here at the Outlaw Speed Shop that model kits are just parts boxes. Every kit that I have, if I have to steal parts out of it, or if I have it and I'm only going to use the body, or I'm only going to use this or whatever, it don't matter, because they're open up the box and there's pieces there to start your little adventure, whatever it is. And if your adventure means just building it right out of the box and doing that, that's no problem. That's your thing. But I think my days of doing that have been over for quite a while. I think the last totally stock kit I built, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure, is I did a 48-hour build several years ago, and I built the Hemi Barracuda convertible, the Miami Vice or whatever one, and I built it as a kind of, not a wreck, but an old beater. And so I built it out of the box, but then I did do a little distressing and stuff on the paint, but it was a box stock all out of the kit. But anyway, there's not a lot of that goes around, and that's just how it is. I got boxes over there, and what I try to do for these kits, which I've said before, and I'm partway started, and we'll just swing right over here just to show you what I'm talking about, is over here, since I have been organizing, is I have this pile right here of these different kits. And if you can see on them, okay, so that's going to be a 57, so it has a 57 Ford body in there, and whatever parts of that kit that I was going to use, so probably chassis, roll cage, and that's about it. I already stripped out the tires and the engine. As a matter of fact, I do have some of those on eBay right now. My eBay is just under SRoth 88, I believe. So if you're interested in some, actually the ones I have up there are the ones out of the Vega, because they're a little bit better. So anyway, I got off stock. So anyway, there's a 57 Ford. There's a 53 Studebaker. What do we got here? Another 57 Ford. That's the Bill Elliott. That's the Bill Elliott. No, that's not it. Excuse me, I was wrong. Because it needs to be, there needs to be another one here. I got more 57 Fords than I may not have actually even put the Bill Elliott one together. So, because I'm going to do a Bill Elliott and a Chase Elliott car, just like I did the Dale Earnhardt and Dale Earnhardt Sr. Or Dale Earnhardt Jr., Dale Earnhardt Sr. 57 Chevys. I'm going to do a Bill Elliott and a Chase Elliott 57 Fords. So, but yeah, I don't think I've got to the Bill Elliott one. That's just the Chase one. Yeah, because I need more 57 Fords. There we go. So there's a Falcon. What do we got there? Ford Fairlane 65, Henry J. a Studebaker Lark, a Corvair, another Falcon, 56 Ford. That's just one that I'm doing. And there's a Valiant. Where we at? Valiant. 55 Chevy, 57 Ford. So yeah, so I've already got the body and a lot of the things, and then as I keep going and organizing and going through, then I'll start adding in tires and wheels for them and engines and that. I don't really worry about that because a lot of that stuff changes, you know, as we go. So, oh yeah, there's the little Falcon. He's waiting. So, anyway, folks, yeah, like I said, got the missing oil filter somewhere. It might show up someday, and the missing radiator, which is kind of interesting because I told Tom Rambler 69 the other day he had lost something, and we were talking about that. And I used to have up here, yes, right here. So when I was building a while back, I built a 57 T-Bird gasser, and I lost that bumper and grill. As you can see, I'd already cut part of it off, and I was going to use that part of it. And actually, it got thrown in another box with other stuff. And I looked and looked and looked and looked and looked and couldn't find it. And so I went ahead and built it without, made do, did whatever. And then a few months later, yeah, digging through a box, oh look, there's that grill and bumper. So yeah, that stuff happens. But the radiator thing is just, it's really bugging me because it was right here. I mean, it was right here. Same thing with that oil filter. It was right here, and now it's just gone. And so anyway, I'm going to close this up, and hopefully we've got some good footage here, and might be a little shaky, a little whatever. I'm sorry about that, but sometimes you just got to do that to get all the nooks and crannies and all that stuff, the whole story. So thanks for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that stuff, you know. And the next time we meet on this, it should be the final video on this thing. So it's almost there.